If you've wondered whether you should add spins to your pickleball game or have already made the decision to add them, then this 3-part video series is made for you. In this 3-part series, what I want to do is first, in this video today, I'm going to explain to you, maybe look at spins a little bit, put them in context, right? So figure out, does it make sense to add spins to your game? Because it's not like spins are cost-free. There's a cost adding spins to your game. So we're going to look at in this video is whether spins are that impactful to the shots that you should consider adding them to your game. The next video, we're going to look at some things you may be doing wrong if you're trying to spin the ball. And then in the third video in the series, I will show you some techniques to help you improve on the spins that you're hitting. So I have my bucket of balls here and my trusted paddle. What I'm going to do is hit a couple of balls to show you different effects of shots. So topspin, neutral or flat, and underspin shots, so you can see whether the difference in the shot is that significant, is it that acute in pickleball. Different than other sports. In tennis, for instance, we spin the ball. When I played tennis for my 40 years of playing tennis, we spin the ball. The way the ball spins in tennis, the size of the court, the weight of the ball, things like that, spinning a tennis ball makes perfect sense. Clearing the net, all sorts of benefits to spinning the ball in tennis. Other sports, for instance, like in racquetball, usually they hit the ball flat. You know, racquetball players hit it flat, but in tennis, spins make sense. In ping pong, spin the ball because of the rubber on the paddle or on the ping pong paddle helps you spin the ball. So the question is, are spins that valuable in pickleball relative to the other sports? So a neutral ball in pickleball would be hit fairly flat. What you'll see when I hit this ball is it's still going to spin some. For it not to spin, you'd have to see all the holes in the ball as it travels. Even if I toss it, it still spins some. The wind and just the motion of the arm will make the ball spin some, one way or the other. So if I hit the ball flat in this direction, it'll still spin. So I'm basically, I'm hitting forward, that ball is still spinning, okay? But I'm not trying to impart any additional spin to the ball. If I was gonna add extra spin to the ball along the same shot, I'd go like this. That's a topspin shot, right? So you can see the ball there spinning more than the original shot that I hit, the first ball that I hit, because I imparted topspin into the ball as I hit it. Now, this is what underspin will look like. I do it on the backhand because it's easier to do. Topspin on the forehand and underspin on the backhand or slice. So those 3 shots I hit were pretty similar, you know, similar length of shots, similar trajectory where they were headed. The first were flat or neutral. The second 2 were topspin. The last ones were slice. What you probably noticed, or hopefully noticed, was there wasn't that much difference in those shots. A little bit of difference, yes. Huge difference, I would suggest, no. They were pretty similar shots. And what you have to think about when you start considering adding spins into your game are 2 things. One, there's effort involved. Unless you already know how to do it. You know, I played tennis for 40 years, so I came to this sport already having some concepts on how to hit spins. If you don't already know how to do it, now you're going to be distracted from perhaps another area of the game that might give you more benefit, more results, and working into or looking at doing some spins rather than focusing on the area of the game that is going to be a bigger impact into how you play and your consistency out on the pickleball court. And related to consistency is the second part of it is adding spins to your game, more likely than not, will increase the number of errors in your shots. As we're going to talk about a little more in video 2, the more that I can simplify my strokes, the more that I can move the paddle in the direction that I want the ball to go, the less chance of making an error on that shot. Adding spins into your game, and when I'm talking about spins, I'm talking about not the natural spin that comes from a natural shot, from a normal, like just pushing the ball in the direction you want it to go kind of spin. I'm talking about the additional spins that you're trying to add to the ball, which we're going to cover in more detail in video 2. So what we would suggest to you is, generally speaking, unless you're just enamored with spins and you just like spins, they make you smile, or unless you already know how to spin the ball proficiently, we would recommend to you considering tabling spins. Take spins, put them up on a shelf, leave them there for now, right? They'll be there for you when you want them. Work on the consistency of your strokes, work on repetition, on just getting the ball over and over and over again, understanding the net, the court dimensions and things like that. Placing your balls, finding placement for your shots, because you can do a lot of great work in pickleball with never adding additional extra spin into your strokes. You'll also avoid the distraction of going down that rabbit hole of trying to add spins to your game instead of focusing on other parts of your game that'll help you improve more. If you still want to know more about spins, check out videos 2 and 3 in this series. In video 2, we're going to cover some common misconceptions about how to spin the ball that may be adding additional errors into your game. And in video 3, we're going to show you some better techniques for how to spin the ball if that's what you want to do. Be well.